And if I can teach kids, if I can teach adults, if I can teach students to be respectful and to be focused, I have taught you the greatest lessons that I could ever teach. And understanding that we sort of have a responsibility now as martial artists to maintain that respect, to carry it forward, to pay it forward. Being able to focus in an emergent setting, because you'll get tunnel vision. Your fine motor coordination is going to go to crap. So on meditation, when you breathe, I want you to hara. That's on hara.
Hara center.
Ki.
Energy.
Center your energy. Okay. In through your nose. Belly breathe. When you breathe in, then hold. That hold creates pressure within the lung fields. It forces that oxygen through that alveolar-capillary membrane into the blood, right? Crisscross. Reverse. Stretch forward.
Fingers bounce and down.
Let the stress go. Turn. Turn. Hips down low. Roll. Over and hold. Left to right. Lock that over time. Reload. We're gonna just bring both out and we're gonna lock them. Okay, grab and same thing. Stretch, stretch. Turn this way, just stretch. Lower back. Next, all we're gonna do is just come forward, both hands. Maximize that. We go here to elbows, to down, stretch, up, to elbows, back up, and shift. But what doesn't lose contact with the floor? My base. So I'm trying to. And we talked about hara ki, right? Our center, as close as I can get this in my center, but still, what are my shoulders and what are my hips doing? Everything's aligned, right? Allow that to turn in my hand and I stretch this way. I want to make sure they maintain palmar contact as they come around from here, come to the full grip. Go ahead. You want to grab like this. So see how this hand is thumb down, this hand is thumb up. Grab. Now take this, you want to touch the top of your forehead. This is your sword. Bring your sword up. Bring it up. Ah, good. Now if you want, you can bring it down to your chin. If you're really a badass, you can bring it down to your chest. And you can bring it all. You want to think about taking that point of balance. This is really that point of balance. When he comes back to that point, and I turn this over into knee heel, I turn it into sang heel. You guys just watch. If you're new to percussion, it is this idea of, I hate to make you watch that, right? But the hip movement, when I punch, I'm literally using my body. When I punch, what am I turning? Hips. I'm using my hips in order to engender power. So now we're going to talk about how to set position, how to garner power. So when I am here, I'm in my horse stance position. When I punch, boom, I want to think about move forward. Hold tight, which means whole body, right? If Scott's grabbing, move forward, hold power. What? He's moving his head. Why is he doing that? Punching, I can do this. What does that do to that other hand? Right? It negates that other hand. That is not what you saw me do. You saw me do was boom, the body comes. I want you to remember what that felt like, okay? Remember that feeling, but now do it without the movement, yes?
Right.
Okay, let's give this a try. You want to really start thinking about sine wave, but not double S. SSW is stupid sine wave, and sine wave is the application of power. I'm going to back fist at Scott, and it's all arm. If I'm doing the same thing, using my body, it's like I want to whip it through my elbow as I drive that strike. So now all of a sudden I have things that I can connect the Aiki movements to a percussion skill. And now guess what? Now I'm doing two swords. Look at something between you and your opponent first. What do you think about this? So if I'm moving over, yeah, boom, oh, boom, back. If I keep my hand open and finger flirt, what does that do? It comes through the eyes. And that was really an Aiki movement. If he's grabbing, a lot of times, boom. That was a distraction. His hand came up after I struck his eyes. Where's my elbow? Look, hiriki no yosei ichi. Elbow power number one, right? I'm standing here. My body positioning is not aligned. Oh, now it's aligned. If I pull this way, up, this way, we can resist all of that. Elbow. Right? If I bring my elbow over, we teach this because the sword is here. There's sort of this idea of you want to set into it. And I set to Kamae, and this is a Yankyo, but it's on the opposite side of your arm. We're used to seeing Yankyo here. But if I'm here, and I set to Kamae here, oh, that's Yankyo. Why did he go there? No. What did I set back up? I didn't hit it. I set to Kamae. Okay? Once I set to Kamae, where's his bounce? It's gone. And I control that point in order to turn Mark. I can. And now I want to go shovel here. Oh no, this is fine, Mark. Opposite side, shovel here. Down into the shoulder. I want to dig a ditch. I solidify all those contact points into one element. It all started with Jushi. Watch from the side, watch my shoulder. See how the shoulder comes up? Up! Chi! Go! You can't do face-ups. You can push ups, you can do sit-ups, but you can't do face-ups. Guard your head. Eight! Grab the rope and pull yourself forward. I don't like that analogy because what it does is this, and then you see this. I like the attached to the rope as your body comes forward. That attachment point is literally the strut. And the way I'm moving forward, I can move offline. Okay? And where did his hands go? They went exactly where I wanted them to go because I did this and touched his head. Might that have been my plan, right? Here, boom! Coming down low. Where's his head going to come? Cross. That where am I at? Here. I'm working alternate targeting areas so that I'm controlling his body position. About baseball, we throw a pitch. Now I take the arm movements out of it. What do you see? Aikido guys have never seen that kind of motion before in their life. So you guys, now instead of throwing the ball, you're doing this. It's mechanical. It'll become smooth later. Right? Hey! Same thing, now you're moving rear. Hey! Hey! Forward 3 times as fast as you can move rear. Ah. Sensei does. Jab, to cross. Jab, to cross. Jab, cross. I move here. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Bip, bip, what if I move here? Bip, bip, what if I move here? Bip, bip. And I'm presenting these targets. Jay sees it when it's out there. He's hitting the target now when it's available, and I'm moving. If that target's not available, then he's not seeing that. Now it's there. Now it's gone. Now it's there. Now it's gone. Now it's here. Now it's there. I'm helping him process. 1, 2, 3, 1. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Here's his move. Jab, 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 cross. Jab, 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 cross. Nice. And I just emphasize, I can call what it is that I want, duck. And it starts to speed up his reaction. Yeah? Except when I push up to here, my son's still going to throw. Good. Because your son has his hands out. Keep your hands up. Okay?
Yeah, knock the hell out of it.
That's what you're doing, dude.
I like to have a shot.
No! Give him no advantage at all.
All he needs is
Never. He doesn't even need an advantage, okay? He'll create it. With Jay, your hands, man, you gotta have them here. This dude's on it. I've got to be on my game when I spar with someone at his level. If I'm doing this, I don't have the physical throw the punch in my face like full speed. I don't have the speed to block that when he does the punch. I just don't. When I'm here, when he does it, okay, I'm good. Because they're already there.
There. Make sure it'll be your
If you spar somebody who has a better skill set, it's good for you. Base of the square. Top of the square. Chin is down. Hands are in front of his face. This is perfectly good. The only thing Lewis used to dislike, and I used to do this too, was thumbs. Joe always preferred the thumbs here. I'll tell you why, because one time I was kickboxing, the guy hit this hand and my thumb was back, and it got right in the eyeball. So this thumbs in together works a little bit better, but I know he's wanting to grab something too, so that's where the thumbs down is. It's not a correction, Jay, not a criticism, just something Lewis would have said. He would rather see you do this way. This idea of the thumbs attached to the hands is better because if Jay's got that out, and I just have to just poke himself, right? So that square that we're talking about, that stability starts as your base. And so when your base is truly a square and your hands are up and you're learning to work your techniques and you're coming from that position, that is a whole different level of randori that you would classically see in Aiki. And it shifts it more to a kickboxing Aiki, right? And do you blend in kickboxing?
Yes, sir.
Of course you do. Do you blend in judo, in karate, in jiu-jitsu? Of course you do. When I say spar, I mean kicky, punchy, try to do a lot, right? And most of the time you're going to find out it's failing because you haven't done the homework, right? Close to each time. The circle inevitably will close. Think about the circle. Which way does the circle go? I want to be in the middle of the circle and dot. I want to be in the center. As he moves laterally, one way or the other, he closes that distance. When I circle Mark last time, I'm in the circle, where are my hands going when I'm circling? My hands are going up, because I want to cover. I don't care about from here down. I really don't. If he's throwing a kick, okay, I'm gonna make him pay for it with his tootsies. I just rolled an elbow into that kick. Where did I come back to? Right on line so that I now control that center. And just jab crosses, no kicks. Except you, Jay, you would knock the shit out of him. We would like to see you. Think about where your hands are. So that hand is all the way down, and he very slowly lifted up and just. If he had one hand on you, that was right. You're gonna count 10 seconds.
So it is like
Keep going. And Jay, when he's going back to those hands out, give him a little tap, make him pay, so he learns to get those hands up. Nice. Fighting posture, and he's throwing a jab. I'm in cover here. This is the cradle position. I'm coming from this position, right? I'm covering my throat, bringing my arm up, and I want to park this hand on the side of my head. You'll see me do this often in these movements. This cradle position. What's that?
teach Krav Maga now.
Is this a Krav Maga?
Yes.
This is an Aikido principle.
They call it
This-
the rhino. They call it the rhino.
Okay. When he's throwing, say, reverse punch, if I cover this way, I now have a way to get to. If he's throwing a jab, I cover this way, I have a way to get to stuff that I can do to him, right? So what I want you to think about is, as Mark is throwing that, how do I come to that position and just cover? Try to hit me here. Boom, good. Boom, good. Boom, good. Boom, straight. So that's coming on top. He does it again. Boom, good. Coming from the side. He does it again. I can now trap here. Contact point. Here. Contact point. Right? How do I use that rhino gizmo that you call it to create points of contact with one another, right? Some people call this entanglement. If Mark is throwing just switch these. If he's throwing a jab, he'll see this, right? Same kind of a thing. If I entangle that jab, oh, here. This looks like nothing, but when I can bring the other hand in, now I have a basic block that I can control from an entanglement. Want something up? If he does it again, I'm here, I now turn, I'm going into this whole idea of kamai. I can now control him. On one, set, one, two, shimatsu dosa. Grab the head.
Boom. There it is. Bam. Get it going. Then you do it.
If he gets that solid, that's going to really stun. There's a second one. If he does it, bam, probably my hand's going to drop. And in that millisecond, that overhand right is probably orient. Remember what I said about center line, right? We talked about shaping and positioning. If I'm here and I kick, this leg comes forward, right? I know that. If I have that basic principle of kick, and now I come to my guard position. You know, a lot of people say, well, those Aikido movements, nobody would ever do that. Well, I don't know, Jay, maybe not, but that elbow strike, certainly a tomahawk elbow works. If I kick and I come down with a hammer strike, that all works, but where are my hands staying? Within the movement. The pivot that I do is within the movement of the kick, right? When I'm throwing a snap kick, I can come in, or if I want to open the door, push. That clears and moves him away from me so that I gain space. That technique is a highly effective technique. And everybody knows how to do that, but how often do they teach a fireman's kick? I rarely see it taught, and it's a beautiful technique for clearing. Get away from him. All right? Did it hurt? Maybe your feelings. It pushes. I want to open the door, push. That clears and moves him away from me so that I gain space. It pushes him away. It gives you space and distance, and what does that give you? Time. So those are the two kicks we're going to work on. Snap kick basic, snap kick punch. The punch, the knee comes up, the heel leads, and we push. Open the door. You don't like it up there? Push. Open the leg. Going down on the belt. Push. The head comes forward. Snap kicks. What would you call it? What? T.
It's from what Muay Thai.
Kick and push. Oh, stop.
Okay. So that's a Muay Thai kick. See what I'm saying? The higher you get up on the mountain, it's all the same. It's all martial arts. Standing in a neutral position, and I'm just practicing just kick, 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 kick. Right?
Yeah.
Stiff.
Never go. So I'm pushing you away, but I'm also bouncing myself back.
Now, up. You clear. If I'm doing this mark, I'm going to go push. And my weight is into him. Where was my focus? My Sun Chi. I'm here. And I'm centered. Right? I'm just pushing him away. That's going to get me. How far is this really from a fighting posture? It is? His hands come up. Because he's following that. That's what I want. And now I'm coming under that and boom. It's not a snap kick like you would classically do. Okay, so let me try that. Okay. It goes up initially. As I push him away, the hand goes down. So if I know that and I'm doing this, boom, down, in. Now I have. Fireman's kick. One of the classic things is when I'm doing that, if I bring my knee up high, what did his hands initially do? What was his response? He brought his hands up high. And what am I trying to create? An opening, a position that is to my advantage. Way. Boom! That lead hand almost always does that. It drops because they're going, huh. Think of the physics of this. Huh. If I'm an Aikido guy and I go, boom, and that hand drops, is that something that I can do? It is. And that's because, okay, Sensei does. Okay, there's some more Sensei does. It's because I know what his reaction should be if I do my opening volley correctly. And truly, going through that door. And here's the thing to visualize. My house is on fire. You've heard me say this before. I am in the bedroom of my house. My wife, my son's wife, Katie, everything that I love in the world is behind me, and that door is the only thing that's preventing me from getting out of the house to save my family. Well, that visual thing in my mind changed the intent of the intensity of that kick. You're damn shit did, well. Practiced initially snap kick from what I call Shizen Tai, right? This is because this is how I walk around town. This is not how I walk around town, right? I walk around town like that. I am in a neutral stance, neutral posture, right? So if I'm throwing side kick at Mark, I'm not going to get you. I'm here. You've never heard it.
Chip team fighter, which has happened.
If you're a chip and teeth and waiting a little bit of training, you ain't training, okay? Guys, you've got to make contact to be able to understand what it is to continue to fight, right? If you've never been hit, and the first time you get hit is in the street, your mind is going to go, holy shit, that, right? All right, so on side kick, what does that look like? Looks like snap kick, right? That lift of my knee creates just that momentary lightness. I lift my knee, and at that time, boom! I pivoted, and it all was one motion. Position A, boom! Position B. Position A, boom! Oh, Sensei, you're giving him my back. Take my back. Boom! I am occupying that space. I know he is right there. Zanchin. I'm not looking over here. Where's my focus? It's at him, right? Side kick. Elbow. Flow. Remember your own video. Yeah. But it's really from here, all boom! One movement. From here, kick. From here, kick. From here, kick. I'm driving the kick. What's my body doing? I'm moving into him. It's like a gun. Okay? Hammer, cock, trigger, pull. Hammer, cock, trigger, pull. Right? So if I am here, hammer, cock, trigger, pull. From cock, squeeze trigger. What do you feel hitting? Should be my heel.
Yeah.
It's not my foot. It is my heel that I'm driving into him. And I'm aiming right here. Is that where I'm hitting? Below the elbows, here, this realm is the best place for kicks. It's dangerous because Jay knows he can use that elbow to throw the kick. I'm here. The elbow in, aim down, right? Boom. I have to roll my knee. Boom. And lift, turn, drive. Boom. Lift,
You got ready to get your Kodagash. If he could take that Yankee, it's there.
get you familiar.
Oh, there you
Here, I'm throwing a snap kick. We have that technique. If I don't strike and I just bring it across, I'm coming across the face with the inside aspect of my foot or my combat move or my shoe. And I'm trying to create a clearance space. If I am here, this allows me to get this out of the way. The most likely thing that's going to happen when I energize this hand is that that hand is going to come. Does that make sense? This hand out of the way, and that other hand comes into this game. I want to be able to do something with that that is maybe Aikido-like. And what did I do with my stance? Hand out of the way, and that other hand comes into the game. I want to be able to do something with that that is maybe Aikido-like. And what did I do with my stance? Well, it was here, and I turned here. So this is really a version of the reverse control. That makes sense.
Right.
So hands are back up, coming from this position, boom. Okay, this is a itacho. This is what I want. I want energy here. So many people stop here. Bruce, come back up. Okay, now when I come to Kamae, it should feel different. Right? This is connecting this to me. This is this idea of Kamae that I can now bring him down to the ground because I've connected it to myself. That was part of that. That motion was to try to block something with weight, with true power. As you came through on that movement, it's very similar to coming through on that movement, and you're going to Shinaya. So Shimatsu no Seiichi in Aiki is really teaching you how to counter strikes. Okay? So now what I want to do is move that over. So now I'm just going to bring it over the top. We've done snap kick. We've done a fireman's kick where we open the door. We have done side kick. And we have worked on this idea of crescent kick, to some type of a control. In Korean, we talk about Dojo, which is roundhouse kick. Now, roundhouse kicks, if I'm throwing a roundhouse kick, it's really a snap kick. And I want to take that same snap kick and I want to turn it sideways. And it's a technique. The whole idea of the distraction, right? If I'm thinking about a distraction, I'm going to punch, right? Here. Or I can go to some sort of other type of technique. We're in this position, right? Maybe I come up, I go to a choke, maybe I turn and do a throw. Maybe I come in here and I bump this elbow, come back and now I got Kodagayana. So all those movements are there, but what do they start from? An attack, an attempt, a distraction. A roundhouse kick can be used as a wonderful form of distraction, and it can also be a great thing to create shaking. If I'm throwing a roundhouse kick at Mark, and I can bam, and I really dig for backbone and kidneys, and I make that good contact, and he sets. He is in this rounded out hunchback position. This is a wonderful position. I could go to an EPO application for here where I slap, grab here, turn down to my Kamai, and bring that down. That's a version of EPO. Initially drive E into this guy. And then I just let the leg come out the end, boom. And just nice and easy, throw the kick, gentle, boom. Throw in the kick. If I can come low, boom. The inside aspect on the thigh. Here, toes, boom. Coming in and just throwing that kick. It's a nice shaping kick. And I'm going easy, right? So go ahead and stand up, turn your snap kick sideways, Dojo chuggy, roundhouse kick. Turn. And when we leave our hips behind, we leave it behind. Okay? If I'm throwing that kick at Jay, and I go here, and my hips are like this, I'm kind of fighting my own movement.
No, for me,
I'm collapsing like an accordion. Whereas if I am here, and I'm coming through a turn, I want to turn. Jay and I should be like this. I want to get high, vastus lateralis, right? Come down into the knees. That's going to create that. This hand is going to drop because this is the position from this ateme. If I don't do something with this millisecond, he's going to settle and come back to that other hand and puts the snot out, right? So what I want to do is 1, 2. I'm bringing this hand close. I want to think about this kisaki as the tip. If I take this same thing and I cut straight down, I have, and I take this in here, and now I step back. Right? The one that I did initially was here, down, over, step, and like this kick, I'm coming from where Jay's butt is. I want to go right where the gluteal fold is. I'm coming down from the top of Jay's butt, down here. And that push, watch Jay's structure. I'm just doing this with my hand. Low, I'm striking high and turning to create that. What did Jay's hand naturally do? So Scott, tell me how this feels. On this side, down, and really do it very well. Because we don't understand percussion. If you understand just a little bit of percussion, your Aikido will be functional. Get ready. Facing front. We'll just do standing balance. Shoulder in, right? Hi guys, we'll see you in 1 hour. So about 1:20, try to get back to the dojo. We will start.